what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, if you're a new subscriber or a long time subscriber, then hey, bitch. And if you're not a new subscriber or a long time subscriber, then you already know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscription button. So let's go ahead and get into put a ring on it. Okay, so Dr. Nicole decided to introduce a new couple called Tamika and Vince. Tamika and Vince have been together with each other for about 2.5 years. Vince said that they would be married today, but the issue is Tamika. Tamika has really strong trust issues when it comes to Vince. When they first started dating, there was a bit of overlap with his ex-girlfriend. And, you know, he was coming out of that relationship, but getting into something new where he's meeting Tamika, not really sure where it's gonna go, but wanting to keep the ex in the back pocket, right? But he's telling her like, oh, it ain't nothing like that. I ain't got nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? She's a model chick. She's just crazy. Next thing you know, homegirl decided she was gonna DM Tamika and let her know, like, girl, listen, is this your man? It can't be your man because that's my man. And let me show you the text messages and the photos to prove it on P. So once she started seeing what was being said, you know, Tamika learned that Vince was a liar, but it never stopped Tamika from moving forward in a relationship with him. Okay, girl hit her up later, like, girl, you still in the picture? Why? Why are you still in the picture? Like, what kind of girl was that? Okay, but that's what the basis is of their relationship, okay? 2.5 years, overlap, and I guess he just has a friendly personality, and Tamika's just not, it's a bit shaky, okay? Now, during this week's episode, Dr. Nicole announced that it won't be just guys or just girls going on dates this week. It's going to be everybody going on dates. So we're at Tamika's and Vince's house first, right? So I'm going to do Tamika and Vince first. So they're at the house reminiscing on the latest therapy session they had. They spoke on the things they liked, the things that they did not like. Tamika said that she wants him to open up more with her and to be honest, so that way she doesn't have to feel like she doesn't trust him or create these stories in her head about what's really going on. They speak on the dates and things going on. Vince says that he doesn't really want her to go on any dates. You know, he's afraid that she may fall for somebody else, and she's like, well, that could happen with you too, not just me. You know, so they're both feeling a bit apprehensive about each other going on dates, but they're willing to continue forward to get the experience. The fact that Vince would say, I can see myself being interested in another human, but I want Tamika in my life for the rest of my life. I don't know how committed he is. Even though he wants to be married to her, so he say, I don't know how committed he is for him to say something like that. Like, I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about that. Like, I can see myself being interested in another human being. I guess he was keeping it honest because that's the whole process, right? To identify whether or not you're ready to move forward and put a ring on it, or whether you need to start wasting this person's time. But he's somewhere standing in the gap, which is exactly how she found him in the beginning, standing in the gap. But okay, girl, good luck. Tamika goes on a date with a guy named Everson. Everson, for me, just did a little too much, okay? He did a lot of talking. I don't think she really got to say a whole lot. He asked her questions, wanted to know more about her. His personality was pretty bright and bubbly, which is cool. But he said he gives me the energy of if they were ever on a date or anywhere, he has to be the center of attention. All eyes has to be on him. He's so busy getting attention himself that he doesn't know how to give the attention to his girl. And that was a bit concerning. All over the place. Like, I didn't really care for his personality, how he came into the date. He brought her some type of succulent plant or whatever. He hoped to see her again. I hope Tamika turned that down. Like, I'm not trying to see him again. That was a bit shaky. Like, that wasn't it. So Tamika gets home. She's giving him the rundown about her date, right? She tells him she's a bit worried about his date. But then she says, I'm not worried about another woman taking him from me. I'm more worried about his honesty. What did y'all get from that? I'm trying to even dissect that myself. Like, girl, what do you mean? I'm not worried about another woman taking him from me. I'm worried about his honesty. Then you worried about another woman taking him from you too then. Okay, am I right? I could be wrong. Y'all leave y'all comments below. That just didn't add up, okay? And we knew how much she contradicted herself right after that. Because when the door knocked, she was like, that better not be your date. I know that better not be your date. That better not be your date. So the date comes in. And she was like, are you coming with us or something like that? I think she asked Tamika. Tamika was like, no, y'all can go. Y'all can go. She was like, oh, girl, so you the girlfriend, you gonna have him, you know what I'm saying, go on a date with me? Are you sure about that? Okay, and Tamika just made a fuss about it. And I'm like, girl, you are childish. You need to grow up. You signed up for this show. You already knew what it entailed. Okay? You already knew he was going on a date. Whenever he shifts his attention from you or whatever, it's like you got an issue. Like, I don't know, girl, you got some issues too. I can't take it. Okay, you already knew what it was. This man ain't throw no fit or nothing when you went on your date. And then now you get to see the woman he's going on a date with, and she's very pretty. Okay, seems like she doesn't have confidence issues at all. And then you want to sit up here and cry and get emotional when he leave out the door and close the door. Where they do that at? Girl, if you don't want to be with him, just say that. If you don't want to be in this relationship with him, girl, just say that. If you want out, honey, just say that. Because you're doing yourself a disservice. And it's not making any sense to me at all. Y'all leave y'all comments below. Shay and Mike sitting down. You know, they about to have them something to eat or whatever. And she was about to make a statement. And he thought she was going to say something about proposing. And she was like, I wasn't, but I need to say that. She was like, but listen, within a year, like, I'm trying to get married this year. And next year, I'm trying to get proposed this year. And next year, I'm trying to get married. And Mike like, to who? And she like, I want to be married to you. And he was like, well, I feel like I just need a little more time than that, girl, than what you trying to give me. You know, I mean, like, dang, girl, we only been together about a year and a half now, okay? Consistently, all right? You know, the other times you've been in and out my life, right? Oh, okay, and so it's some things that we got to work through. It can't just happen like that. And she was like, oh, really? Well, then that tells me a lot. He was like, I don't know what that tells you, because if I'm not around, then you still not going to get married. So what's the issue? I was like, oh, no, he did. No, he didn't. Shay, he ain't it. He telling you he not it. He's telling you this. But okay. He feels as though it's not fair that she tries to force him into getting married. I agree. Y'all let me know. I agree. Why are you trying to force him into marrying you when he's showing you different ways that he's not interested and you still hanging in there? It's like, girl, just go get with somebody that's on the same thing that you on. How much longer are you going to continue to waste your time to get him to come around? Now, you could be in this thing like Hollywood and Ashley, okay? He proposed, and then he's like, oh, well, I ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm ready yet. And then boom, and then boom, and then boom. Like, you could play the game if you want to for 9-10 years. Or you can cut your losses now and go and move on, okay? And you could have did a whole lot in them 9 to 10 years, okay? Could have had a whole nother family, could have had some babies and stuff, could have had a whole nother career, okay? Girl, it's a lot of stuff you could do. You could do it, girl. So, I mean, he's not in. He's not ready. That's not what he wants. Then you're going to have to make the decision. She's like, well, I don't want to give him an ultimatum. But, no, you need to give yourself an ultimatum. Because giving him ultimatum, you already see how this man is emotionless. Emotionless. He does not care. A lot of things does not move him in the way that you want it to move him, which only leaves you frustrated, not him. And if he's emotionless about certain situations surrounding your relationship, makes me think that he does not have enough emotion for you. Like, it's somewhere, like, it makes me think he don't care that much about you at all. And it's sad, like, the dude that you went on a date with the last time was so clear. Like, he thought that other girl was worthy enough to get a proposal, but you're not. And I do believe, like I said before, people will change for the people that they want. And I don't think that it's Shay unless something drastically happens. Like, I just don't see that at all, and I want her to cut her losses. So Shay goes on this date with this dude named Peyton. Right off the bat, I saw the energy. Right off the bat, I saw the chemistry. And I'm just like, yes, Peyton is handsome. He looks good. She looks good. They were cute. They had a great conversation going. They both over there bowling and stuff. Like, it wasn't forced. When I see her and Mike, it is a bit forced. It doesn't look right. But it was just a genuine connection of them talking, okay? She tells she's in a relationship. She's been seeing him. She wants to get married. But he's not on that same page. Peyton says he's at a place where he wants a serious relationship and he wants all that comes with it. So when she tells him about her still being with Mike and how they're on different pages, he asked her a question that I was like, wow. Shay, you need to dump. You need to dump. You need to dump Mike. You need to get with Peyton. Peyton says, well, let me ask you this. How's your heart? Where's your heart with him or whatever? And I was just like, the fact that he cares, like he knows you got a situation, but you also wouldn't be doing that if you wasn't on a date with him. Like, he knows you have a situation, but he knows you're not happy enough in that because you wouldn't be on a date with him. He's asking you, like, how's your heart? Like, where are you? Like, what do you do? And it just shows like he's still interested in her. He wants to know her on a different level. And I don't know, it was just something about that question that I was like, bro got it. Like, he got the conversation, he's handsome, he got the height that you want. Like, girl, you wasting your time on Mike for what? And I think you wasting your time on Mike because he's familiar. I think he's familiar to you. If you had it your way, you would have went and married your ex, but that can't happen. So I think I don't think it's Mike at all. But with Peyton, they had great conversation. It was cute. It was cute to see her with him. So I mean, I hope that they rekindle something after this show, because I'm really hoping she's not with Mike. I hope she's kicking it with Peyton or somebody. But Peyton had it, honey. You better take him on another date. But knowing you not, because you made bad choices anyway. So Hollywood and Ashley, they're leaving a therapy session. They're reflecting on what happened and how they were coming at each other's neck. Ashley says, well, you know how to get under my skin, basically. You know how to push my buttons. You know what to say. She says, what I need you to do is accept and own the fact that although you did not mean to hurt me, you did. And he was like, but how long are you going to deal with that? She's like, don't ask me how long I'm going to deal with that. Let me tell you something. You had me wait 5 years just for a proposal. And then however many years after that. Okay? I told you I wasn't ready. I only had you waiting almost 2 years and you over here tripping. So they getting back into an argument. She started yelling, saying, I will never have my dad walk me down the aisle. So somewhere during this time span, I guess her father passed away. Is what I'm assuming based on the conversation. She said, I'll never get that again. She's just really hurt by this. She tells him she needs consistency. Like, when you say you're going to do something, I need you to do that. I need you to be this person. I need you to stay this person. Don't flip-floppy. Don't act like you're over this and you don't act like you all about me and it's going to be like this and this and that. And then the moment something happens that you don't like, you flip completely out. You know, so she's asking for consistency and asking for him to make her feel comfortable again and wanting to pursue this marriage with him. I personally feel like that's a two-way street. It's not just his. Because even though he did that to you, you're the one who still chose to stick around with this man. Now, granted, I understand when people's like, oh, you can't hurt somebody and then tell them, you know, how long they got to hurt. Girl, but you got to put a time limit on it yourself. Of how long you hurt yourself being up here in a relationship that you're not 100% happy in my opinion. And when when the doctor came over to the house, we learned that he cut off the proposal or whatever, or broke off the engagement in front of everybody. And she said it was embarrassing. And you still stayed with a man that embarrassed you, a man that did not protect you in that moment. Ashley, why? What is it about him? Oh, it's because he probably got some decent D. It's likely because he's familiar. He's who you've known all this time. Like, y'all both sitting up here doing yourself a disservice. We'll get to Ashley in a matter of fact, let me speak on Ashley in the day. Ashley go on a date, she go with the painter, and it wasn't that interesting. He had the same type of style, same complexion, same height as the dude she went on a date with before, and I wish she would have went on a date with the dude before again. Okay, I wasn't really feeling the energy between her and the painter, but I did with her and the other guy she went on a date with. But with her and Hollywood, girl, you're doing yourself a disservice. This man, your dad has passed. He'll never walk you down the aisle again. Okay, Hollywood has put you through tons and tons of shit. Okay, he embarrassed you by breaking off your engagement in front of everybody. And then now he proposed to you and then said he don't want to do it. And then now you still there hanging on, and now it's your turn. You feeling like you're not ready. You really need this process, Ashley. You really need it. And I think I saw pictures on her IG, and I think she's still with him. Why? What is he adding to your life? What is he doing in your life that you can't go and do on your own or with somebody else? So, I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell me, y'all let me know y'all thoughts about that, because that's not making any sense to me as to why she would continue to allow herself to be in this relationship with a man that has put her through this much. And then we also learned that he said that he really proposed to her because she gave him an ultimatum. And that's what I'm talking about with Shay. Y'all be out here giving these people ultimatums, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? But be prepared for what the answer is, and also be prepared that it may not work out for you in the future. because it wasn't something that was genuine. It was like, okay, I gotta do this. Let me do this. I ain't ready. I gotta do this. And it may work for some people, right? They may man up. They may, you know, it may be a life changer for them. But for quite a few people, it's like, I'm just doing this so I don't lose her or whatever. And they probably still take marriage as a joke. And they gonna go off and still do what it is that they want to do because they never really got themselves right. Like, I mean, girl, the doctor tells him like he needs to accept and acknowledge and own that what he did hurt her. He had no regard for her feelings or how she felt about anything. He still does that. He still does that, Ashley. He still has a lack of regard or care about how you feel about stuff. He still does that. When you were sitting in the therapy session, and he was like, we could cut it off right now. I don't need this. I don't da-da-da-da. He was doing it right there. He was showing you he didn't care about how you felt because he was feeling a certain way. That it was making him feel uncomfortable. He was ready to end it all. He's doing to you the same thing he did a few years ago, and he's going to continue to do it to you. And you just sitting there tolerating it for 9 years, and then you're going to be regretting it later, wishing that you would have left a long time ago, but you don't want to, you probably still hanging on with this man so you don't look stupid to everybody else. But newsflash, boo, you already look stupid. You already look stupid. This man done broke up with you and embarrassed you in front of everybody. That was dummy number one. And then I'm telling what other infidelities or what else he's done to you prior to that engagement. Okay? So he been having you look like a fool this whole time. I don't think he deserving of her. I think she's gorgeous. I think she's smart. Like, she got it going on. And I'm just like, girl, you deserve, like, a way better dude than that. But if that's all you know, and that's what you feel comfortable with, and that's the history you want to deal with, good luck. And then she also tells the doctor, like, you know, when she's crying, she was like, you know, why are you crying? Why are you upset? She's like, you know, because I know that I'm better than that. I know that I don't deserve it. I know that I deserve somebody better. I don't have to make nobody love me and this, that, and the other. Yes, you do. You do feel like you got to make somebody love you. You do feel like you got to prove something. You do all that shit that you was just saying that you don't got or you ain't got to do or whatever. Girl, it's the opposite because you're continuing to sit in this relationship and continuing to try to show this man that you got him and that you support him and that you want to do this and da-da-da. But he keeps showing you that that's not where he at. And you're right, it is a rift in your relationship. If he's ready and you're not ready, girl, I think that, to me, I just feel like you just with him because it's familiar to you. That's not what you really want. And I hope this process, you're able to truly figure that out. I think she probably still with him. It ain't going nowhere fast, but whatever it is, good luck, y'all. And that's all I got for Put a Ring on It. Y'all leave y'all thoughts in y'all comments below about this entire situation. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. When you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.